Tonight, in California's homeowners insurance crisis, To the Point sat down for a one-on-one interview with Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara to ask what he's doing to solve this problem. In recent years, hundreds of thousands of homeowners across the state have seen their insurance get much more expensive or canceled altogether. ABC 10's Becca Hobbecker shows us what the commissioner promises to do by the end of this year.
In the last few years, most of California's major homeowners insurance companies have paused or limited business in the state, citing the rising risk of wildfire, the cost of rebuilding homes, and what they consider burdensome state regulations. In California, insurance companies are required to get approval from the state before raising rates. Companies say it often takes the state more than a year to approve a rate hike, which in recent years hasn't allowed them to keep up with inflation and rising risks.
California is at an insurance crossroad.
In response, 1 year ago, California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara announced his sustainable insurance strategy, the biggest overhaul to the state's insurance policy in more than 30 years. Lara promises everything will be in effect by the end of 2024, though it will take a while for those changes to stabilize the market.
With the reforms that we're proposing, I'm very confident that we're going to see some real change coming mid-2025. We're going to see that California is back open for business. We're going to see insurers coming back to California.
Lara's plan aims to achieve that by giving insurance companies several things they've wanted for years: a faster rate approval process, forward-looking catastrophe modeling, allowing insurers to factor in current and near-future climate models when judging wildfire risk and requesting rate hikes. Fair plan reform, modernizing the state's bare-bones, high-cost insurer of last resort, which has become many Californians' only resort as companies pull out of the regular market. And the ability to factor reinsurance, basically insurance for insurers, into rate hike requests.
California is the only state that doesn't allow for some sort of pass-through in the rates to cover a part of the reinsurance.
Details about Lara's plan for reinsurance are due out later this fall. The language of all other proposed reforms have already been published.
Consumer watchdog.
Critics argue Lara is giving insurance companies too much power and that prices will go up for consumers.
After 2 years of talk, we've given the insurance companies what they want: the right to raise rates based on secret algorithms and the right to raise rates based on reinsurance coming next, with no guarantee that people are going to be covered.
What I'm doing is playing catch up for years of other insurance commissioners not having the courage to make these reforms that should have been done a long time ago.
Again, Lara promises these reforms will be in place by the end of this year.
And Becca joining me now. Actually, the To the Point team, we got to attend a homeowners insurance event panel today. It was held by the Sacramento Press Club. We got to hear from a lot of great, panelists, a lot of good information. But what would you say were some of the key things that you took away from this afternoon?
Well, Alex, I really valued being able to hear from an advocate representing the insurance industry, a lobbyist there, also a consumer advocate with United Policyholders. The insurance industry representative with the American Property Casualty Insurance Association told us of all the reforms Lara has promised, expedited rate approvals are the most important to insurance companies. Now, meanwhile, the consumer advocate with United Policyholders worries the forward-looking catastrophe modeling will lead to insurers overestimating risk and therefore overpricing their policies. Now, as to whether and when these changes will actually begin to stabilize California's insurance market is certainly something we will be closely watching in 2025.
And look, we know that there is a lot to unpack here, which is why we are devoting an entire show to California's homeowners insurance crisis. We're looking at how we got here, who's it affecting, and what solutions are in the works on the state and the federal level. So that will be coming up on Thursday, October 10th at 6:30 p.m. right here on To the Point. As always, Becca, thank you so much.